You know what just really burns my buns? When someone can't pronounce my name right, or when I introduce myself to someone, they can never get my name right. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Jade. Oh, Jane, like from Tarzan? No, Jade. Oh, J, like the letter J, right? No, Jada. Oh, Jada, like Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife. You know what? Yeah. My name's Jade. Nice to meet you. Bye. Hey there, all you sexies. How you doing? So I've gotten a lot of requests to do how to convince your parents to get you a horse or buy you a horse. So I was deciding I'm going to tell you guys how to convince your parents to buy you a horse or let you have a horse. Number one, you either work for it and pay for it yourself. That way you don't have to worry about your parents, letting you have one because they don't have to pay for it. Normally the number one reason parents won't let their kids have a horse is because they don't want to pay for it, and then you end up not liking the horse and you end up having to get rid of it, or the parents have to sell it. Or number two, you can convince your parents to get you a horse if you're not old enough to get a job, or you just don't have one. You can convince your parents to buy you a horse by saying, hey mom, dad, if you buy me a horse, can I do something to help pay it back? Like maybe do extra chores around the house or around the barn or ranch or whatever. Or maybe do small jobs for neighbors, cleaning horses' stalls, doing yard work, and then slowly pay your parents back with the money you get from that. Number three is you can ask your parents to lease you a horse, maybe if you calculate the cost of boarding and you don't have a place to board, or if you don't have a place to own your own horse where you don't have to board, like at your own place. If you calculate the cost for board, hay, and maintaining the horse, vet bills and all that, and it ends up being too expensive or more expensive than like leasing a horse, half lease or whatever, maybe you can ask your parents to just lease you a horse, and you'll do all the little horsey chores, and maybe you'll do extra chores around the house just so that, again, they don't think it's not worth it. And also, it'll help if you try to think of questions that your parents might ask ahead of time, like, where would we keep a horse? If they don't know about boarding facilities and all that. You can look up boarding facilities around your house or near your home within so many miles, try to find the cheapest one, and then, tell your parents when they come with that question at you, where will we keep a horse? You'll already have the question answered. You could say, well, I found this one for this price, that's this far away, it's in this city or town near you, and then you already have the question answered ahead of time, and it'll just help with your parents realizing, oh, you're responsible, you're going and doing the research to try to figure out where you could keep the horse and everything. Then also, if your parents say, well, we can't afford a horse, try looking for, there are some barns, some equestrian centers that do, where you work for a horse. They own a horse there at the equestrian center, and you work for your horse, you do horse chores around the barn for other people and other horses, and then that way you work to ride that horse, whatever horse it is. You'll be assigned a horse, you take care of it, and you do horse chores around the barn, and then it's not technically your horse, but you can call it yours since you're doing the work to be able to ride it. So that way you can do that if your parents say you guys can't afford a horse. So for those of you who are wondering how to convince your parents to buy you a horse, hope this helps. And for those of you who are rich and snooty, you could probably just demand that your parents buy you a horse and you'll get one. So this video doesn't apply to you. This video applies to the people who actually have to work for a horse and need to work for, their parents buying them something. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't checked out any of my I can't talk. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, go check them out and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you later, alligator.